Right. I'm sorry for the disconnection. Mr. Ibrahim, if you are not there, let's start the program. Welcome to Blockchain World 2.0, your trusted guide every Wednesday to the amazing world of cryptocurrency and blockchain. I am Tochku Raphael, your host, ready to bring you the latest and greatest from the crypto markets. Today, we dive into a very exciting topic, Wednesday watchlist, coins making big moves. Today, let me take that again. Wednesday watchlist, coins making big moves today. We all know that the crypto world moves fast, and every day come some coins rise or fall, creating new opportunities and risks for everyone watching. Now, whether you are a beginner or an expert, knowing which coins are making waves can help you make smarter decisions. So today we will explore the biggest gainers and movers, understand why these changes happen, and hear from our experts about what to watch for next. Joining me in this lively discussion are two familiar faces in the blockchain community. Mr. Moses Obaje, also called AI Prof, talented DAMA instructor. And I also have Mrs. Shiphra Poloma, known as Digital Mama, another DAMA instructor with deep insight into digital innovation and blockchain technology. Yeah, I would most welcome my guests.
Thank you, Mr. Tochukwu, for having us. It's a pleasure being on the space once again.
Thank you for having us this morning.
Right, let's hit the nail on the head. Let's jump into some thought-provoking questions for our guests. Starting with Mr. Obaje, what coins are making the biggest moves today and why?
All right, good morning, listeners. Thank you for that question. Now, when we look at the coins that are making wave, they come in two different dimensions. One, it might be based on market capitalization, and on the other hand, we look at the acceptability of that very coin or token, which we call adoption, all right? Because the more people jump into the market, specifically on a certain coin, that means there is more adoption of that very coin or token. Well, however, when you look at the ones that are trending with a very high market capitalization, they are also doing expressly well and great in the market. So, and most times, the market can change at any point in time. It can change because it's a volatile market. A coin might be doing very, very well. In the next second, you see it go down the drain. So, to do justice to your question, I think we will just look at the market capitalization, because that is one of the things that is being used to rank the coins or the tokens that are doing very great in the market. Like we all know, one of the coin that we cannot shy away from as far as market capitalization is concerned is the Bitcoin itself, which is the mother of all cryptocurrencies. There's a foundational coin for every other cryptocurrency. Every other cryptocurrency behind Bitcoin is called an alternative coin, and that's why we call them tokens rather than calling them coins. All right. So Bitcoin is the foundational cryptocurrency and is doing awesomely well. Like maybe I will just share my screen and then I will just run down some of these tokens so that I will not mention one token here or one coin here, and when you go to check, you find that it's not doing well because the market can be volatile, like I just mentioned. So permit me to share my screen so that we can check and see which of this coin is doing well. All right.
Right. Today's class is going to be practical.
It seems to be like that. Okay. I'm going to the coin market cap, which is an aggregator for every other cryptocurrency that is on the space. All right. I hope you can see my screen. I'm sharing my screen already.
Yeah, we see it clearly, very, very clear.
All right. Now, from the screen, when you look at the left-hand side, you will see market cap, which is $3.64 trillion, which is down by 0.18%. Can you see that?
Yeah, we see it.
All right. Now, what we are seeing there is the total market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies in the market space, from Bitcoin to every other alternative token that you ever know, of which we have over 20 million pieces or types of assets as far as digital assets are concerned. So the total market capitalization as at now we're talking is $3.64 trillion. Now, if you come down, you will see where we have name, and beside the name, you will see price, and then you will see percentage per hour after price. You see percentage in 24 hours, and then you see percentage in 7 days. These are the timings. What the market is saying per hour, per day, all right, and even per week. We have the present price, what percentage it has done, either an upward trend or a downward trend in the last 1 hour. Also, an upward or downward trend in the last 24 hours, and also in the last 1 week, which is 7 days. Then after that, you will see the market capitalization. The market capitalization. Now, let me run down the under the names. The first you will see, which is topping the chart, is Bitcoin, which is number one. So Bitcoin, it's doing awesomely well. It is the great, it is the mightiest of all cryptocurrencies, with a present price at the moment at $108,000. And in the last 1 hour, it has gone down by 0.1%. But in the last 24 hours, you can see, if you look at the chart now, it has gone down by just 0.09%. That's why we say it's a volatile market. At a twinkle of an eye, the trend can change. Now it's down by 0.09%. And in the last 24 hours, it has done an increase of 0.12%. All right? And in the last 7 days, Bitcoin has gone down with over 4%. We can see 4.02%. But as far as market capitalization is concerned, like I said, it is the mighty of all mighties in the cryptocurrency space. The market capitalization of Bitcoin as at now is over $2.15 trillion. Over $2.15 trillion. Now, you can now see that if you look at the entire market capitalization of $3.64 trillion, Bitcoin has taken over $2.15 trillion. So if you look at it, the entire altcoins are just doing $1.5 trillion. The entire altcoins, apart from Bitcoin, are just doing about $1.5 trillion. But for Bitcoin alone, it has done over $2.15 trillion. And so it's the biggest of all. That's why it's topping the chart as far as market capitalization is concerned. Then if you look at number 2, you will see Ethereum. Ethereum is number 2. Now, the price of Ethereum as we speak now is about $3,848.38. And in the last 1 hour, it has gone down by 0.13%. The last 24 hours, it has gone down by 0.52%. And the last 7 days, it has gone down by 7.36%. And the market capitalization in the whole of this $3.6 trillion, Ethereum is taking over $464 billion. $464 trillion, which makes it to be the second on the chart. And then we have USDT, the Theta USDT, which is a stable coin, right? It doesn't fluctuate like other just like other cryptocurrencies. That's why if you look at it, the price of one USDT is $1. If you look at the percentage high or low, it's still 0.00%. All right, 0.00%. And if you look at the 24% high or low, it's still 0.02. 0.02 is still 0.0% by approximation. All right, then 7 days 0.0, and the market capitalization is $182 million dollars. Sorry, $182 billion, not million. Let me not call million. It's $1 billion market capitalization. Then number 4 we have BNB. Number 5 we have XRP, which is just at 2.38, and then the market capitalization is over $147 billion dollars. And then we have XRP. Now, if you go down, there are a lot of coins, a lot of tokens. And then when you come to, let me go back, you can see most of them, if you look at the market capitalization of all these tokens, at number 20, we have Litecoin. Litecoin, the market cap is over $7 billion. Over $7 billion. And before you get to millions of, because these ones are in billions, before you get to those who are doing about hundreds of millions, let's go down and see. I think based on, you can see all these ones are still doing in billion. If you look at number by the chart, if you look at number 60, which is Pudgy Penguins, is still at $1.3 billion of market capitalization. But if you go down, let's see where it peaked from, when it went to millions now. Now number 70 is at $1 billion market cap, a little above $1 billion market cap. 71 the same, but when you come to 72, Quant is $980,544,869 market capitalization. So that's how the ranking goes. It goes, but it can change position. It can change position. Let's say, for instance, number 71, which is immutable, and 72, which is Quant. Now, once immutable drops in market capitalization to maybe $970 million, and then Quant, which is at 981, Quant will take position number 71, while immutable will take position number 72, because there is a change in the market capitalization of these coins we are talking about. So for you to check those who are the coins that are doing well, now you need to go to the coin market cap and then look at them by market capitalization. And then also, even the volume that they turn around per day or by 24 hours also matters a lot. If you look at the volume of Bitcoin, I think in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has done, I think, over $102 billion, while Ethereum has done over $50 billion in market turnover. So that is how you can look at them. So the first 5 we have Bitcoin as number 1, we have Ethereum number 2, we have Tether number 3, we have BNB number 4, we have XRP number 5, Solana is 6, USDC is 7, Tron is 8, Dogecoin is 9, and Cardano is 10. These are the 10 top hierarchy cryptocurrencies in the market as we speak at the moment. Thank you very much.
Right, we appreciate that practical demonstration. But what really, how do market trends affect these sudden jumps or drops in coin prices? Because from what you've shown us, we understand that it constantly changes. So what is responsible for these changes?
Now, the major cause of these changes that we see in the market, it's all about adoption. Yeah, it's all about adoption. We know that yes, the cryptocurrency market is volatile, but it's a normal scenario when let's assume you have 10 bags of maize and you want to sell off the 10 bags of maize. And then you come to the market with your 10 bags of maize, and somebody who also has maize comes to the market with 100 bags of maize. And let's assume for each bag of maize you want to sell at 5,000 naira. You have 10 bags. This gentleman comes with 100 bags and says he wants to sell at 4,000 naira. Now, what do you think will happen to the market? Because he has a lower price, people will tend to rush that is product that is at 4,000 naira. All right. So he will sell off better than you. And so because you also want to sell, by the time he begins to sell, other people are bringing their product into the market. There's that tendency that the price of that maize will begin to decline. Rather than from that 5,000 you are talking about, he said he's selling at 4,000 naira. And once the market becomes choked up with maize, instead of that 4,000, the price will still go down because there is more of the commodity in the market. The price will go down. But when you are in the market and there is limited supply of maize, you intended to sell 5 bags, and at the end you came to the market with only 3 bags. You left 2 bags at home. There is that tendency that when you get to the market and you see that there are a lot of people waiting to buy maize, instead of you selling at 5,000, you might decide to sell at 6,000 because you know that demand is high. So even in the cryptocurrency market, once demand is high, there is that tendency that the price will skyrocket. When demand is low and there is enough commodity in the market, the price tends to go down. So as these transactions go on, when there is a buy, which means there's additional adoption, the price goes up. When there is a sell, the price goes down because somebody is no longer holding his own assets. He has sent his asset to the market and he has taken out liquidity from the market. So when there is a buy, liquidity is added to the market. And when there's a sell, liquidity is taken out of the market. So there will be that fluctuation. And you know, this is a global market, a 24-hour market that runs around the clock, non-stop. So as somebody is buying, somebody is selling. As somebody is selling, somebody is buying. So that is why you will see that fluctuation up and down, up and down. And there's a time you will see that the market will just go red. Boom. You know, last week we talked about how tweets shake the market. You understand? Now let's assume a tweet came and it decided to go negative to the cryptocurrency market, and emotional traders now go and begin to sell off their assets. I am selling, you are selling, Mr. C is selling, Mr. Z is selling. You will see that the market will continue to go in red because liquidity is consistently taken out of the market. And when you see the market going green, that means liquidity is being pumped into the market as at that point in time. But like I said, it's based on adoption. As far as this is selling, this is buying, this is selling, this is buying, it goes up and down. And it is dependent on the liquidity that is being taken out of the market or being added into the market space. Somebody might sell maybe $100 and somebody might come and buy with $1,000. The liquidity is higher than the sell. You understand? So you will not see that much difference between the movement of the price. Or maybe somebody just sold $1,000 and somebody bought for $10. The market will still remain in red because the volatility is there to speak for itself. Thank you very much.
All right, perfect. Mrs. Poloma, are you there?
I'm around.
All right. Oh, I think you are gone again. Ms. Poloma. Okay. All right. Mr. Obaje, when you were demonstrating, showing us how different coins are doing either well, moving, progressing, or digressing, or retrogressing, you showed us several indices, percentages, the prices, the market cap. So, what is the most salient index, for determining which coin is doing well or not? Is it of course, you may say market cap, but I want you to delve deep into this market cap. How does it form? What determines it? What really is the market capitalization, and how do you arrive at it? Mr. Baje? Okay, why you just came in now, Mr. Baje? All right, you are back, Mr. Baje. Did you get my question? I think you are muted.
Yeah, I did not get your question. Network
All
threw me
right.
out.
Okay, I said when you were demonstrating the prices for different coins, you mentioned several indices, market capitalization, percentages, but I want to ask, is the market cap the most salient index for determining which coin is doing well or not? And I want you to delve deeper into the concept of market capitalization. What determines it, and why is it important?
All right. You see, market capitalization shows the strength of a certain asset, the value of a certain asset, the liquidity that is in the market. Now, in as much as we know that cryptocurrencies are volatile, there are markets that that it will not be a walkthrough process for you to bring down that market. In as much as market capitalization, yes, is not the only yardstick that you need to consider when you are transacting on in the cryptocurrency market, but it is of vital importance, most especially for investors and even for traders. Now, how do we come about market capitalization? Market capitalization, it's more or less the liquidity that is in the pool of that certain currency or token. Like Bitcoin, we talked about over $2 trillion.
Trillion.
You understand? That is what investors and holders are holding as far as that market is concerned. Though that is what is in the market, that is the liquidity in that market. Now, if you look at other currencies, they are there in hundreds of millions, and some are in just some few thousands. I can bet you that there are tokens in the market today that their market capitalization is less than 20,000. It's less than even $10,000. So what happens to that market? That is to tell you that that market can die any moment when there is no adoption, because there is no liquidity in that market. There are no people who have adopted that currency to be a means of doing business. But for Bitcoin now, go and check the holdership of Bitcoin. What is the holdership? How many people are holding Bitcoin? And who is holding what is also a determinant factor. So market capitalization is one of the key things that determines the capacity the market capacity of any asset. It's just like you owning a land in the center of Abuja and somebody who owns a land maybe in a village in Nasarawa State. Whose land will be much more valuable, and why? Because it will be easily accepted because it is in the center. The land in Abuja will be easily accepted, and it will be much more expensive because it is in the center. People believe in that center for security reasons, for business ventures, for socialization, and the rest of that. But when you go to the village, will you find it? No. So market capitalization is key. And the only way that market capitalization can skyrocket is by adoption. Remember, I made mention of adoption. Yes, there are projects where they have very good use cases. No matter how good a project is, when people refuse to key into that project, they refuse to adopt into that project does not grow. So market capitalization is very, very key. But you can hear me say, but when you come to investment, it's one of the key things that you need to consider so that you don't go and put your money where you are looking for something huge to come in and it doesn't show forth. So it also has to do with market capitalization. Maybe in the course of our discussion, we'll get down to that and then we'll break it down further with regards to investment and also those who want to trade. For those who want to trade, most of the times they look at market capitalization is very, very key. But for investors who want to make good money over time, they also look at market capitalization, but in another dimension entirely. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now, based on this, Mrs. Poloma, he said that for investors, they look at market cap differently from the way traders look at it. Can you throw more light on that?
Hello, can you come again?
Okay, Ms. Obaje said that market capitalization is being looked upon differently by investors and traders. Throw more light on this concept of market capitalization and how it affects changes in the value of coins.
When you look at market capitalization, is like the whole volume, okay, that asset, an existing asset, both investors and traders have added to or have bought, you understand? And it has to be looked at differently by even the investor and the trader himself. The trader is after the immediate gain. The immediate price, you remember you were talking about percentage. The percentage is like comfortable, if you don't get either 10% or 8% within his trade volume, is comfortable with. But then for an investor, there are two different dimensions. Number one, he is looking at the strength. He's looking at, for a long-term investor, he might be looking at the strength of a token or a coin. Depending on his dream size. Let me give you an example. For example, now if I have like $1,000 to invest in Bitcoin, and I feel if I take the two scenarios of Bitcoin that has a very huge volume of market capitalization, 2.something trillion, and then looking at the percentage that I may feel comfortable with, from the look of things, Bitcoin will not give me 10% as it is now because of the large size of the market capitalization. If I want to get more profits, I would rather look at tokens or coins that have lower market capitalization. Why? Because I'm looking at a huge gain of either 100%, 10%, 100%, and the likes, which is very possible. Because now for Bitcoin to even do, 5 or 10%, it will, for now, for an immediate person that needs immediate gain, I don't think it's in the nearest future. So that is the two dimensions that an investor and even a trader look at: the size of his dream, and then what the long term, whether it's long term or short term. It now determines the market capitalization. Determines. If you want huge profit, you go for tokens that have lower capitalization. If you want you're okay to invest like for long term, for 10 years, for 20 years, yes, why not? You can go for Bitcoin. Basically, that's it. So these are the dimensions. The size, yes, determines. Higher the size has its own determinant. The lower the size has its own determinant based on what the investor has as in his cap for profit.
All right, thank you very much. But can you explain in simple terms how blockchain keeps these coins secure? Because the whole of what we are discussing is within the concept of blockchain. Explain how blockchain keeps all these coins secure.
If you remember, we talked about centralized exchanges, about decentralized. We talked about decentralized and decentralized wallets. In a decentralized wallet, you can go to the centralized exchange, buy whatever, maybe Bitcoin or whatever you want. But because you want to keep ownership and custody of your assets, you will now shift it to your wallet that is on the centralized exchange, so that you have absolute control. Because when your funds are in a centralized exchange, you discover that it is no longer decentralized. Why? Because it is because of the institution, the act that has that exchange. So we normally advise their assets in a centralized exchange for long term. Except if you are a trader and you want to trade like that, it's okay. Because anything that happens, for example, Binance, it might affect that are stored there, because it's like they are an intermediary between you and then your assets. Whereas in a decentralized wallets, you take full ownership, full custody of your assets there with you. Except if you give out your login deals to anybody, that's when something can happen to your assets there. In the previous meetings, that you have to ensure that whatever wallet that you have, you keep your passphrases, your login details safe, and make sure they are secure. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mrs. Poloma. If you have questions, any person from the audience or any contribution or suggestion, of course, you can always raise your hand and we give the floor to you. Mr. Obaje, are you still with us?
Mr. Tochukwu.
Okay, are there any specific coins that are undervalued right now?
Well, I will not say undervalue. You understand, because every coin you see in the market has a value. Has a value. Every coin. even zero is a value. You agree with me? Even
Of
zero
course, mathematics.
it's a value. So there is no corner will say it's undervalue. Only that we might say, okay, maybe due to certain parameters, a certain coin grew to an all-time high, okay, and then came down to an all-time low that is very, very minimal, that is too small. And most of the times you'll find out that when you see such things happen, maybe it's a project that people were pulled. You understand that you see that the value comes down so low that uh, nobody can take out anything. That means there is no more liquidity in that project. All the liquidity has already been taken out, despite the fact that it has gone to a certain level. That is to say, people adopted it, all right, not knowing that there are other codes that have been embedded in the programming that at the end of it all, somebody that can just come and just take out the chunk of what people have uh, brought in as liquidity into that project, and then the project dies, which we call rock pool. And that's why DAMA Academy, we've tried as much as possible to educate people to go and make proper researches on any coin or any token they want to put in their hard-earned money into, so that they don't get into projects like this, that before you see it pumping, and then you decide to go in. After you just go in, it crashes down. Okay, you are pulled. I think we've done series of trainings on that, which has to do with scams, which has to do with Ponzi schemes. All right. As far as this space is concerned, you need knowledge so that you cannot fall victim into such projects that you see them move to an all-time high, and before you know it, they go down the drain and they never come up again. So maybe those are the type of maybe tokens you are saying they are undervalued. Uh, where there is the good, you will also find the ugly. Is that okay? Wherever you find the good ones, you will also find the bad ones. So it's possible. We have a lot of them like that. I've seen projects like that have come and gone. They are no more in the market space. Mr. Tochukwu, are you there? Well, I think we lost Mr. Tochukwu.
I think he's on the call.
All right, let's Lomba. Good morning. Lomba, do you want to make a contribution or a question? Hear me? I am still here. What is happening? Can you hear me,
Yes.
please?
Yes, I want to make a contribution.
Okay, make your contribution, please.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you very much, guys, for the knowledge that you are dishing out to us, taking us to that crypto market that has been called coin market cap. Thank you for revealing that to us. I want to make comment concerning alluding to the question asked by Tochukwu concerning tokens that might be undervalued right now. If I understand what Tochukwu means by that question, that is I believe you mean maybe tokens that people do not know the real value for the as at the moment, and yeah, and that makes the market cap low. Is that what you mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yes. There could be some tokens that are undervalued right now, because like I said earlier, people may not have noticed it, and so many do not know the real value, and the market cap remains low. Apart from those big giants that we see in coin market cap, most of those undervalued tokens can be seen maybe in young startups. those that have just embraced the space newly, that have just been newly launched. Yeah, like Prof rightly noted, what matters in crypto or what makes a crypto to grow is adoption. And adoption cannot happen when people are not aware of that token. And when people are not aware of that token, many will be buying, few will know about it, and a few will be buying it, and it remains undervalued until maybe awareness is being created and people get to know about it. It becomes a buzzword everywhere. And when that happens, gradually the value will be noticed by everyone. They say, oh, so this token is here. People will now start rushing towards it. And everybody wants to get that token. Everybody wants to get that token. It becomes a buzzword. And I want to give an example of what happened in Shiba Inu in 2020. It was launched, and at a point in time, the awareness was growing. All of a sudden, the light went off. $1,000 investment dropped to as low as $2. Yes, between September 2020 and October 2020, a $1,000 investment in Shiba Inu dropped within 1 month, dropped from $1,000 to $2. But all of a sudden, like a tsunami, Shiba Inu became a buzzword. Everybody wants to get Shiba Inu. This. That undervalued token all of a sudden became what everybody is craving for. And that remaining $2 worth of Shiba Inu token, from that month of October 2020, by October 2021, that $2 grew to over $70 million. That is adoption, power of adoption. That is the power of moving from being undervalued to becomes very, very valued. Because awareness was created in Shiba Inu, people got to know about it, and the full value came out. People called it value, and it became value. And since then, a lot of utilities have been now built into it, and it becomes a buzzword everywhere. It became a buzzword everywhere. The same thing, there could be other tokens that are just coming up. Okay, let me give an example like this. For this kind of AI we use, for example, there are the body scan AI, or let's say EMF1, that is Elon's McLaurin token, or let's say the other one, Internet Coin. If you look at these ones that I mentioned now, their market cap, for example, body scan AI, the market cap is about $600,000. EMF1, the market cap is about $100,000. Internet, the market cap is about $60,000 to $70,000. These ones, all of them are below $1 million. They are still undervalued. But believe me, when people get to know about them now, and everyone starts talking about it, take for instance, when people start talking about it now, this undervalued token, when people get to know about it and they start buying it, the price is spiral. Because, like for this kind of AI, the utility is top notch. What we saw there, like when I investigated it, I saw that the utility is what will attract the whole world. Everybody wants to know about his health. People who want to scan. When you want to scan, you don't need to go to all those expensive hospitals to go and do your scanning. Just in your own house, at the convenience of your phone, you pick up your phone, you use the app and scan your body. When that utility is deployed and launched, believe me, body scan AI will be the next token to beat. I'm seeing what happened in Shiba Inu in 2020 to happen in body scan AI because of the utility coming into it. It is likely going to become the value that everybody will want to have. And it will move from being undervalued to what is being valued by everyone in the crypto space. Even those who are not yet in the crypto space will want to know it because I think it will even be a new way of people onboarding those who are not literate in crypto to become literate. Because by the time one who wants to know about his health, and yet he doesn't know about anything about blockchain, he will make inquiry. how do I go about this? How do I use this? You know, that somebody will put him through. From inquiry about his health, automatically he becomes a crypto enthusiast and will want to delve into the crypto world. So it will be an avenue of new people, newbies onboarding onto the crypto space. So I see something huge happening in that body scan AI blockchain very, very soon. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate your contribution. Of course, body scan AI now undervalued, but we have a big hope that it will be one of the biggest, talked about coins or tokens in the nearest future. All right, Mrs. Poloma, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, we understand that everything that has an advantage also has a disadvantage. Tell us the risks investors should watch out for or be aware of while investing in this fast-moving crypto market.
Number one, investors should be wary of hype. So, if you remember some weeks ago, the Trump and China pronouncement, immediately that it came up, the entire crypto market went wild. The sell was down too much, understand, and it crippled. In fact, the first ever financial loss that was in the world, 19 trillion, going down the drain just like that by a tweet. And then before you know it, again, within the week, last week, Trump was now saying they are mellowing down the tariff issue. So you can imagine the effects it had on people who didn't have knowledge that at times this market can be manipulated. It happens. A tweet can manipulate the market, it can shoot it up, or it can bring down the value of market. So investors have to be wary. And that is why we emphasize knowledge. That is why we're here. To give people that knowledge so that they will understand when policies are made. When a tweet is just a pronouncement, it has not been a policy. There's a marked difference, so that you will not go with the hype and the rush of that very particular moment. Then secondly, whatever it is asset that you want to buy, you have to look at the use case, especially in the use case. The use case will determine your investment. For example, like Sir Paul said about the body scan. We know that health is a critical issue the world over. And as such, the utility that body scan AI has looks very promising. Why? Because there's nobody that will look at that utility and see that opportunity or not key in. Because health is a very, very is an issue world over. So we anticipate a lot of people adopting what kind of AI with time. The same thing goes for maybe the other token that you mentioned, internet. We are here because of internet. If we are not here, we can't hear because of internet. So that is where the narrative of that very particular token comes from. It's our internet point. So we can't be on blockchain without internet. So it's a narrative that will sell itself. The same thing with Elon McLaren. We all know who Elon Musk is. He's one of the richest men alive. And he had a McLaren car that he bought without insuring it, it crashed. He crashed it on his way to a presentation to show off what he had. And it ordinarily, to crash a brand new vehicle, normally what happens is not, even if you're sure, you discover that very particular vehicle might be a write-off. You will not get value for that very particular car. But in his own case, it became something else. Why? Because he bought a car at $2 million. And then when he repaired that car that crashed, he sold it for $22 million. So it's a narrative that sells as well, because it means the spirit behind that particular tool is that no matter how bad the situation is, if you have hope, if you believe in what you're doing, if you are convicted, you have conviction in your heart that that thing can turn things around for you. So these are narratives that we expect people, investors to look at in, investing. You have to look at the narrative, you have to look at the utility case, you have to look at the people behind that very particular token. For example, these tokens that we have mentioned have communities that are driving them. You go to Twitter space, you'll find them shilling, you'll find them pushing and then telling the narrative of what token they have. And then the low market capitalization that we talked about also help the case of those tokens. An investor would want to invest and then get huge profit for his investment. So why not come for a low cap token? And another thing is fair launch. We've spoken about those perimeters previously. Fair launch means everybody, including the developer, bought their token at launch. So there's no one that has monopoly of holding the token to pull others. If you look at body scan, the highest holder, even the developer has only 1.4% of the entire token. The highest holder, I think, has 1.6%. So it shows you it's a fair launch. Anytime an investor goes and tries to look at these perimeters before he invests, if he sees one holder holding 2, 5, 10% of a token, it's scary. It's scary. Because if that person should come and dump, it means he will crash the market. So we ask investors to be aware. There are other nitty-gritties. You can even go to check a perimeter of a token and discover that the rate is low. But then when you look at the time span of when those purchases were made, you discover that it could be that the developer has placed robots to make those purchases so that you look at it carefully. So these are things that we expect investors to be well armed with to be able to navigate this space properly. We can't teach everything, but then when you join us in DAMA Academy, why not? We can have a one-on-one, and then you learn more about how to navigate the space and then secure your own investment. Thank you.
Right, wonderful contribution. Obaje, within a few minutes, can you tell us, when you were showing us the coins, Theta, that has, you said it was stable. It is sold at $1. So are there rules stable coins play in the market today?
Very well. There are rules. Now, if you look at the stable coins, they are more or less pegged at as dollar equivalent, the US dollar equivalent. All right? And they can be easily converted to other coins, other tokens. So they become more of a kind of a centralized digital currency that you can use to purchase other currencies. That's why you see, if you look at the USD, several blockchains, wherever you go, you still find USD. You find USDT there. on that blockchain, be it on the Solana, be it on Bitcoin, be it on Binance, wherever you go, that's currency that is stable, that can be used to convert to any other currency, is made available. So it plays a vital role. And that's why it is stable. It is not volatile, just like every other currency. You might convert USDT to Solana, but because Solana is a volatile coin, Sol is a volatile asset, it might go up in price and it might go down, or it may remain where you bought it for some time. But over time, definitely that effect of volatility, either an upward trend or a downward trend, can take place. But with stable coins, the way you keep them, that's how they remain for life, as far as the crypto space is concerned. So it's of paramount importance. And that being said, I wanted to also talk about the issue of these tokens or these currencies that we mentioned, maybe the first 10, which we feel, yes, they have enough liquidity in the market, which gives, well, let's say, traders and investors more confidence in them. But I think Digital Mama made it clear, if you are looking for uh, good return on your investment, good return on your investment, there are no place to go. And that's the language I can use. There are no place to go. It's just like you now looking for 10x in Bitcoin. For 10x in Bitcoin. Now, 10x simply means that the market capitalization of Bitcoin, you multiply it by 10 before you can get 10 times your investment. You put in $100 and you're looking for $1,000 in Bitcoin. That means the market capitalization of Bitcoin will have to move 10 times, which is about over, I think, over 25 trillion dollars. And look at, I think I made this analysis previously. For Bitcoin to get to this market capitalization, it took it about 17 years. And then you are expecting, most especially that people are talking about the bull run is coming, and then you feel in the bull run, if you put in $100 in Bitcoin, you get $1,000. Mbanu, it's not going to work. I don't see that feasible where Bitcoin will move from $2.5 trillion to $25 trillion in this bull run, not even in the next coming bull run. Yes, it will get there over time, except maybe you have a long-term plan of investment. You understand? And you cannot just go there with your peanut and say you want to buy Bitcoin. Over $108,000 as we speak this morning. Convert it to Nigerian Naira, you know it's in hundreds of millions. You understand? But what of these tokens that are just upcoming, just like they were mentioned, just AMF 1, less than $150,000 market cap. By adoption, by the time it gets to $1.5 million market cap, you have made 10x from 150,000. Is for body scan AI, we're talking about $600,000 market cap. By the time it gets to 6 million over time, you have made 10x. Which is not even the dream of somebody like me, you understand? Because looking at the narrative, looking at the use cases of these projects and the communities that back up these projects, both the EMF1, the body scan AI, the internet token, they are community-based tokens after their special mouth-watering use cases, which we know that when these use cases begin to manifest, they will sell themselves. These projects will sell themselves. But now they even have a community that will help push the project. So it is advisable that as an investor, go for low market cap projects that have good utility, that have a community, that the spread, just like Digital Mama has mentioned, is unique. So you don't get rug pulled, and be patient. A lot of people come into this space to be in a hurry, and at the end, they get their hands burnt. the OGs we are seeing, they did not make it overnight. Go to the stock market. Those who are doing well in the stock market did not make it overnight. Even in physical businesses that you see, in the Igbo land, you must go and serve your master for 5-7 years before you get graduated, and then they do you. I've forgotten the language, yeah, and then you start from the scratch again. They settle you, and then you start from the scratch. 7 years, and then you come into the crypto space. You want to use 7 days and become a don. It doesn't work that way. So
All right,
that black man mentality should be taken off. Patience is of paramount importance, even as you journey this space.
All right, briefly, before I move to Mrs. Poloma, we have talked about body scan AI and artificial intelligence. You're playing an unprecedented role in boosting the value of digital currencies. Apart from AI, what other technologies, upcoming technologies, do you think could influence the value or the future of digital currencies?
Now, it's not basically AI, you understand. We have a lot of technologies that are coming into place. Just like she made the narration of EMF1. EMF1, you did not see AI attached to EMF1. I mean, they did not say EMF1 AI. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a token with its own utility. In fact, I think one of the utilities is that a gaming app is being developed on that token. Does that talk about artificial intelligence? No. You understand? So every developer has a narrative where he's looking at that he will come and make exploit that can change the life of humanity. Like the upcoming generation. In fact, yesterday I saw one of my mentees, very serious playing game. They are adults, so very serious playing game. And what if those games are on the blockchain? That's where another narrative came. Look at the internet token also. They did not say internet AI. Because without the internet, we can't be here. We won't be speaking. You understand? So there are a lot of technologies that are coming into play that must not be AI narrative. But like we know, the world is tilting towards artificial intelligence. That's why you see that we're saying that it will boom. Yes, all these tokens with AI narrative, once their utilities are good utilities, they have good use cases, they will boom. But I bet you there are other projects that are not AI narrative that have very good utility and will do well in the market over time, just like the ones we've just mentioned.
All right, that's great. That's great. Mrs. Poloma, in your final words, what is your prediction for the next Bitcoin to watch in the coming weeks, or should I say coming months?
My prediction is that one, I see Bitcoin going to as far as $150, then retracing probably back, and that would I don't think it might reach $200,000 per Bitcoin. Even if 150, 180, and then it will retrace, and then we now look forward to the next bull another. So for investors that want good profits, I think low cap tokens are just the best for now. And then ensure that the parameters you learn, you have adequate or ample knowledge to be able to navigate, so that you just throw your money away into, and then you need to, cry for the next maybe 3-4 years. Thank you.
Okay, some question for Mr. Obaje. Maybe you speak on body scan AI.
Well, as for body scan AI, you see, it's a utility-based token, and in the nearest future, it got to an all-time high of about $2.79 million, and now retraced. All right, I see body scan AI in the short term going beyond between $5 to $10 million market cap soon. And thereby, like we all know, yes, very soon, very soon. I'm confident of that. I know that there will be retracement. And if peradventure, before it retraces, the app comes out, it will be a wow. It will be a wow. We look at $100 billion market cap when the app is launched, even before it is launched. Bodyscan AI can do that. Why? Because of the utility and also the community backing up that project. There's a very strong community behind that project, which I'm part and parcel of that community do. So, and I believe it will do better. It will do very, very well. With or without Bull Run, Bodyscan AI will skyrocket. Thank you.
Right, Mr. Moses Obaje and Mrs. Shiphra Poloma, wonderful, knowledgeable, mighty DAMA instructors. It is always nice to speak with you because you are just fountains of knowledge, fountains of anything that has to do with the blockchain. So thank you very much for gracing today's occasion or class again. And also I would like to thank our viewers, the audience that joined us today. It's great listeners. We shall be here again next week to have another session.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Mr. Baje, nice having you.
Thank you for having us and wish us a blessed week ahead.
Okay, we got the curtain here.